Don't you hate it when you're out of toilet paper and you have to get your trousers by your ankles? Good thing I live close to the store. So, welcome to Shave&Butcher. Start backwards today with what we're using, because a lot of you don't see what I use as a post-shave because you bugger off. I'll end with Zingari Man's unscented balm, Seco base. Before that, a bit of Thayer's witch hazel. The razor of the day is a full inch extra hollow Swedish razor from Erik Anton Berg. It's a bit of a meat cleaver. Normal plastic scales, but why not, eh? And the soap is Southern Witchcraft's Pomona. And the brush, the brush, is a pure badger, the Duke from Simpsons. It's a small little brush. Look, so we'll see if it does the job. I shall commence by getting my face wet. Oops. The face is bewetted. I'll pursue with putting some slightly warmer water on the whiskers of the brush because it's nice and cozy. So, Pomona. Pomona, I read, is the wood nymph who's the protector of fruit orchids. Orchids or orchids? Orchids? Do you prefer a dog or kids? Yeah, this smells like this. I mainly get red wine. The scent, according to the thing, is apple, honey, spice, red wine, and a bit of honeysuckle. I get honeysuckle too. Honeysuckle and red wine. Apple, maybe, yeah. It's cool. This is the only Southern Witchcraft soap that I've tried, but it's a lot of weird scents. Like one's called necrophilia or something like that. I don't know what the scent notes are on that, but I'd love to try it. Necrophilia is, no, I won't go there. It's a fun topic. It's a really good book called The Necrophiliac, written by a crazy German lady like 100 years ago. It's a really cool book, short book. It's disgusting, obviously, but in terms of the book, it's actually really good. Frank has one soap. This I got from Marion the Barbarian. Oh yeah, Marion the Barbarian, and he sent one to Frank, one to Matti, probably to other people. I don't know if that's enough. We'll see. Frank has one. Can't remember what it's called, but it's supposed to smell like the hand cream of Hannibal Lecter. Now that's a cool idea. So this little brush on this big face, let's see if it works. Oh yeah, Marion the Barbarian. So there is a raffle going on, a crazy raffle with an insane amount of prizes. Really good prices too. It's organized by YouTubers Marion the Barbarian, The Traveling Shaver, and Shave 326, who all have really good YouTube channels that I follow, and you should check them out as well. So I'll put a link to the GoFundMe page where you can read all about it, and in there is what you do and how you enter, and a list of all the prizes you can win, and links to videos where they're showcased. So really cool. Runs to the end of October. They're raising money for research on breast cancer. So it's the October theme, and it's called PinkBoi's Raffle. because pink is the color of the fight against breast cancer. So check it out, not only for the fact that it's a crazy raffle, but also because it's a good cause, and you lot are typically very good, very generous when it comes to these things, such as the Shave&Butcher raffle, sorry for the faucet again, which ends tomorrow. Wednesday tomorrow, sort of midnight Swedish-ish time, ends the raffle. I'll put a link to the Facebook group where that is managed to, so last chance. I think it's gone well. I think we've raised enough money to find a cure against Parkinson's disease, but we're not sure. So if you want to make sure, you may want to get a few raffle tickets. Both the Pink Boys and the Shave&Butcher are $5 a piece, and there's an unlimited amount of entries. So this is a thirsty soap, heavily overloaded by yours truly, as per bloody usual. So yeah, Southern Witchcraft. I went through, I checked the scent notes on this soap, which is unusual. So I went through some of the soaps on the webpage, and it's a lot of weird, crazy scents. I like it. So those guys and Barrister and Man are the wackiest when it comes to scents that I'm aware of, anyway. You know, this brush is a good little brush. You really don't need more. Well, one small downside is that when you've overloaded the soap really heavily and you need to add quite a bit of water, it takes a bit of time. But if you know what you're doing and you're loading an appropriate amount of soap, it's a quick process. There are advantages to using something small. It's more manageable to move around the face, for sure. Really is quite enough. You get a feeling of control, you know, compared to a larger brush. Both work just fine, but it's interesting. I mean, I see Chris Maiden from Another Cut Above use his Wee Scott, and other people do that too. That's even smaller. That's quite a bit smaller, and it works. And Chris, being a lather god, obviously gets an amazing lather of huge volume and density, and it looks fantastic. He can do it with anything, but he can do it with a Wee Scott. So I purchased this as a traveling brush before I realized that traveling is best done with a synthetic knot. Holy smokes, that's a lot of soap. But you're starting to see a bit of sheen to the lather. Instead of making it bigger, which is easily done, I'm trying to calm it down a bit with adding. Can you see? You know, it's wow! Look at that, Jesus! And that's not my lathering skills or anything. That's just ridiculous. Wow! That is a spectacular soap for sure. Okay, basta. Enough. Oh, I sometimes feel like I don't talk enough about the products I use, so I did read up on the soap a little bit and the wood nymph and that sort of thing. I'd like to talk about the brush as well. It's a Badger brush, and the Badger is from the Chinese province which borders to North Korea, and he's called and you may think that's a weird name, and you may think, shouldn't he be called something more Chinese? But apparently it's a very common a perfectly natural name for a badger, even for a Chinese badger. Did you see that drop? I didn't even move it. Blimey. And it's so creamy. So, before he became a badger brush, was a bit of a player, a bit of a ladies' man. He played the accordion, which, if you know anything about badgers, is incredibly unusual. So, you know, women like weird guys who do weird things and who stand out. So clearly he was a ladies' man, and he's quite active with the ladies too. So there's a good chance that if you have a few badger brushes, they may come from offspring, because no one knows how many new badgers he made, but quite a few. So you can thank for doing a good job. But he's not active anymore in that field. He's more doing leather work. So there you go, a bit of background story, which I hope you appreciate. Ha! A wee weeper. Shaving too close to the blood. Or as Jim Will Shave would say, the problem is the blood is too close to the skin. Good one, Jim. Okie dokie. You know, it doesn't move either, this leather. It's very stable. And I have a collar on, which is pretty dumb. But I had a few video meetings today where I didn't want to wear a t-shirt, so I didn't iron this. I just put the camera so you can't see much. I mean, there's a limit to. There's a yesterday, today, and tomorrow is I'm in a virtual conference. So the industry I'm in is very, very conference heavy. That's how we meet. So there's a lot of conferences, and you go to the conferences to meet people and have a lot of meetings in like 10 a day for a few days. But obviously there's no physical conference. I was supposed to be in Piccadilly in London, which is a great place to be. Walking distance from the shaving shops. And of course it's virtual this year, or online. It's really strange. The good thing is you actually listen to what people have to say instead of drinking with mates and having meetings. So you actually learn a few things. But it's a strange thing. I mean, I've been to this specific conference at least 10 times, and having a virtual thing. It's pre-recorded presentations as well, which is good because that increases the quality, and then a live Q&A afterwards. And obviously there's no ambiance or anything, so it's good that they do something, because you need to do something, but it's weird. It's really, really crazy. And there doesn't, all the other meetings and conferences of any international nature for the rest of the year are cancelled, and people are hoping for meetups and stuff in like February. I don't know, it doesn't seem like it, does it? Damn virus. Okay, paso doble. No, pass number 2. Quite a strong scent on the soap. A little bit overwhelming. Very interesting. Not a very fresh scent, but it's cool and it's interesting, and I like interesting scents. I can shave with the soap without scent as well, obviously. But the performance on this, if you can talk about such a thing, and I think you can, performance is brilliant. It's slippery, like most soaps, so that's good. But it also feels really nice on the face. This razor is quite amazing. It's huge, right? But it doesn't feel large. It's never. You never think, wow, I have such a large razor in my hand. That's different from the two custom razors I have. They are 9/8 and almost 10/8, so even larger than this one, but not a lot. And those two both feel very big. They're thicker too. They're sort of they're half hollow and almost wedge, basically. So they're heavier, but they feel larger too. This thing is not only, I mean, it's wide or whatever that is, and it's long too, but it doesn't feel it. It's not pretty, but it's impressive in its size, and it's just phenomenally good. I don't know when it was made, but well over 100 years ago, I think. And you may want to have background on this one too. It was made on a Thursday, at the beginning of autumn. I was walking along. I sound like J. Peterman. Or I would if I continued, so I won't. What a great soap. It contains no meat. Oops, shit, did I? So, and the maker called it vegan. So it doesn't contain eggs either, I guess, or whatever the difference is. It's really cool. Crazy scent. Crazy. Scent of autumn, but it's quite sweet, as I said. So it doesn't have the smell of death. You know, dead leaves, dead worms and that sort of thing, which I associate with autumn. Yeah, I was going to say I like the smell of death, which would be disrespectful and idiotic to say, so I won't, so I'll take that back. And I don't like the smell of, yeah, I should restart. I like the smell of earth, sometimes, not always. I like the smell of, you know, like if you open a crypt that's been closed for 500 years and the dust and earthiness and moisture and mold in a nice package comes towards you. That kind of scent I really like. Like, what's it called? It's called Holland Glen, and it's made by Talbot Shaving. That one is a bit like that. That's really cool. Mine is really old. I bought it secondhand, years old, so I don't know if the scent I get is actually the original scent or if it's sort of gone bad, but I like it. It's cool. Not always. Sometimes just an orange scent from Matti is what you need. But it's interesting to change it up, isn't it? I don't know how many shaves I have on this edge. many. I think I can go 100 shaves with this if I take really good care of it. Maybe not 100, but 80, pretty sure. 80, 2.5 pass shaves with this on one honing. I think so. You know, if you take good care of it, keep it dry, strop it properly, strop it on paste like chromium oxide from time to time. It's so good. It really is so good. Steel is good. Craftsmanship is fantastic. So Eric, the maker of the razor, on this Thursday, the beginning of autumn, and Eric's pet badger. I apologize, this is a serious channel. What am I doing? Yeah. Oh, absolutely perfect. I want to apologize too, because in the previous video I was, disrespectful against. I was watching the debate in the presidential election in America, and I was disrespectful to the candidates, saying they're not the strongest. It doesn't matter what I said, I shouldn't repeat it, because then I have to apologize next time. I don't like apologizing. But I apologize for if I offended anyone. They're great guys, and God bless. It's such a joy when you have good stuff, and it doesn't have to be expensive. This is not a really expensive soap, and the razor is old and you can't read who made it. It's not cheap, but I didn't pay a fortune for it. But really good stuff. It's such a joy. I think the soap is $16 and it is 4 ounces. That's actually pretty good for a soap that I wager nothing's better. Quite a few soap brands are the same. I can't tell the difference. Telling the difference between phenomenal and extraordinary is, I don't know. You have to watch other YouTube channels to make that. To really get into the competent commentary on excellence. Because sometimes it's just soup. Go. I shall rinse and be back, and I have a good feeling about what it's gonna feel like. Let's see. It was good. It felt phenomenal. Oh. I've said this before, but I've shaved 1,000 times, maybe 2,000 times Thayer's unscented, and with the same sort of stuff, and still I can get blown away by how good it is. Isn't that something? Isn't that pretty cool? I think so. Then again, you get really good stuff and new stuff, and you're excited, and you have a pretty crappy shave. It's just, you never know, right? You prepare as well as you can, and you pay attention, but you never know. Witch hazel and a bit of Singari Man balm. Again, is hard to beat. That's my favorite post-shave routine at the moment. I don't do the same thing always. I use splashes and stuff, but this might be the best. I don't know. Thank you for watching. Check out PinkBoizRaffle. See you soon. Stay sharp.